Our Sunday conversation this morning is with a percussion prodigy born and raised right here in Houston. She's traveled the world as well, playing drums for some music icons like Prince and Beyonce.
But Queen Cora Coleman continues to make a difference here in her hometown. She sat down with our Keith Garvin to talk music and marching to her own beat.
We have Queen Cora Coleman here, Houston native, Kashmere High School grad. You were the valedictorian of your class that year. Drummer for Beyonce, Prince, Super Bowls. You've done so much. I know you pretty well. I know so much of what you've done, but I almost don't even know where to start. So for the folks who may not be so familiar with you, let's quickly start from the very beginning. When you grew up in Houston, take us back to Kashmere High School and how you got the inspiration to do what you do.
Definitely. So Will Rogers Elementary School, which is now a Costco, but Will Rogers was my start. I went to Lanier Middle School and then went on to Kashmere. I was active in basketball, volleyball, swimming, competitive diving, softball, academics.
You were an athlete.
I was.
And a scholar.
And a scholar.
At what point did you pick up your first set of drumsticks?
I started with the recorder.
With the recorder, okay.
Yeah, I think everybody starts with the recorder, but did play violin a little bit. And then I have pictures that my dad sent me playing with hangers on a box. And then I remember playing buckets in the backyard. And when I got to Kashmere my freshman year, I got in the marching band. And then my dad bought me congas. So that was like my first actual instrument, percussion.
And so who did you end up working with first, Prince or Beyonce?
Prince.
Prince, okay, we'll start with Prince. How did that happen? And you have to tell us what the experience was like as an individual and as an artist as well, to work with someone who was a genius like Prince.
So he was in my journal, and Patti LaBelle and Beyonce and Michael Jackson, all these people that I'm a huge visual, journaler, and so I said, okay, I want to play with these people. And so he heard about me, and he and Rochelle Farrell, who was a really good friend of his, came to hear me play. So I'm like, what?
Get you a little nervous, perhaps?
Nervous, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So on the break, his bodyguard came up and said, Prince is here, he'd love to meet you, want to talk to you. We sat and talked for probably 25 minutes, and I said, well, it was really great to meet you and great to talk to you, and went back and finished playing, and afterwards he left, just because people get how they get when he's there. And his assistant came up and said, he'd love me to get your information, he wants to send you a drum set of your dreams, like whatever you want.
Wow, a drum set from Prince. Goodness, okay, that had to be big.
Oh, it was huge.
Yeah.
It was huge. I called and I said, I just wanted to say thank you and that sort of thing. And he said, well, what are you doing? You should come by and just jam. Let's just hang out. And that was really the beginning.
And you were able to go on and work on a number of projects with him, Super Bowl.
Yes, a lot of great performance experiences with him. So
I can only imagine.
5.5 years, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk our hometown girl, Beyonce.
Yes.
How did you meet Queen B? And you have to tell us what it's like to work with her.
Yeah. So my friend, Kim Burse, was her music director. She's also the music director for the Black Girls Rock Awards and J-Lo, and she does a lot of great things. So she had told me about the female band, and man, we would love to have you be a part of it. And I was always already working with Prince. And so I said, I think I'm gonna take a little break. And so I think 5 or 6 months later, Kim was like, so you're free, right? And I was like, yeah, I have some time. And then that turned into basically 3 years of working with her, and then another Super Bowl with her, which was incredible. And her work ethic is phenomenal.
Hey, real quickly, your modules.
Yes.
I actually met you during the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, and then a few months later, heard about your modules, did a story about that, but talk to us about how is that going and the impact that you wanted to have with those. By modules, we're talking, these are
shipping containers.
Shipping containers for people to live in space.
So live and work, and my goal was to basically combine that efficiency with development. And providing living quarters for people or working spaces for them. So it's been progressive. I actually have a project that I'm near the end that's going to Uptown Park in the Galleria. I'm excited about that. Yeah. And I'm about halfway through a 10 shipping container residential project that will go in Third Ward community. And then I'm developing 2 office spaces for the Emancipation Economic Development Council. So they have an incubator, and the businesses that come through their classes, once they graduate, then those businesses will have a hub in the containers that I'm building out. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the progress that I've made.
Almost.
So cool. Oh, I just love her. And this is Keith getting inspired by his conversation with Queen Cora, trying his hand at his own beat. See what happened when Cora came back into the room on our website.
And our website's also where you can see and hear something Queen Cora composed just for Channel 2. That's at clicktohouston.com/Sunday.
So cool.
Let's just keep playing this video, Keith.
All right.
He's not that bad.
Not that bad.
He's also not that great.